What's up, guys? Here's another Swift coding video back here. Again, today we're going to be learning functions. Now, the functions video is going to be split upon 3 videos because functions is a big part of C# and like every language. So a function is an easier way to call a big pile of code. So the easiest way to call a function is, but you have to write this outside a function, of course. So void, and this cannot be used as a variable like an enum. So a void, then its name, let's call our name func, short for function. Then we put brackets, then we put it like that, the way the static void main is put. Now let's make in our function console dot write console dot write line let's say hi. Now what we can do is make, now the way we call a function is by doing func and then but this, like, you see, you've called the function. Wait, we forgot console.readline. In the next video, we're going to be learning about the accessibility modifiers of a function. Sounds really hard, but it's really simple. And then in the last one, we're going to learn parameters of a function. So now, if we run this, you would just get a screen that would say hi. But a function can have multiple lines of codes, and people, the main purpose of a function is pretend we were doing Scratch, and in a for loop you made your character move forward 10 times and you used it in a loop. You don't necessarily have to do it in a loop. You could make a function called move 10, and then inside it you have the loop, so it's easier whenever you want to write move 10, you can just call the function. You can also call the function multiple times, so let's check. Okay, so it works. So now we can put multiple lines of codes. We can put this into a for loop and things. You can also make multiple functions. Let's make another function called func2. And then we could do console dot write line by. So there we've made a few functions. Another thing you can do with functions, this one is more about variables though. Variables can be written in the form as a function, so don't worry about this. You'll learn how to do a function that looks like this soon. This is an argument, and so it's a parameter / argument, and this is an accessibility modifier. So back to the variables. You can write a variable as a form of something. So let's make a variable int a equals 1, b equals 2. We know that a plus b equals 3. So now we can make an int c. In this type of function, we need to return something. So because this is now a variable, but it's written in the form of a function. So inside inside these 2 lines, we need to make code that C will equal. So let's return. When we do return, we return what we want C to equal. So A plus B, then that. Now we know that if we make console dot write line, and then we wrote C, if we wrote C, that would work, because it would write 3, because this is, so we can actually make more lines of code in it. So we could write like, we could even make more variables in it. We could D equals A plus B, and then we wanted D plus equal 2, and then D minus minus, and then we could do return D plus B plus A. We could actually do that. So now let's find out what that would equal. So D would equal 3, because 1 and 2 equals 3. Then D plus 2 equals 5. Then D minus minus equals 4. Now D plus B, that would be 6. And then plus 1, 7. So C would equal 7. Now this doesn't necessarily have to be an integer. We can also use a string, and let's call that A. We could return hi. But of course, if we wanted to write that line of code, we didn't have to write all that. We could have just write string A equals hi. We could have just done that. So that's the basics of a function. We can use any variable type. Just remember, the variable types are an integer, a float, double. These are just the basic ones too. A string, and I can't really think of any other ones. But those are the ones you should obviously start with. Oh yeah, also char, but char is only used for like, because a character, that's what it is. A character is pretty rarely used. It's only used if you're using like if you're analyzing, if you're making code that will analyze some text, or yeah. So that concludes today's video. See you all in the next one. Bye.